Lack of self-control will single-handedly ruin your life. At least that's what it did for me. Because it's not about the things that you say you're gonna do and the things that you are not gonna do. It's about the message. It's about the message that you're communicating back to your brain. When you say you're gonna do one thing and you do another, your brain notices that, which is probably why none of your goals actually come into reality, because you can't even prove to your own brain that you are worthy of the success. Now, I am not a monk by any means. I am in monk mode certainly, but I am not a monk. I haven't conquered the big mountain of self-control. But over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, I have put myself through a lot of different hardships that have taught me a lot and definitely helped me move forward with the skill of self-control. Then again, if you prefer to click off this video and go listen to people with millions of subscribers, people who are many steps ahead of you, then feel free to do that. Personally, I would find it much more valuable to get the advice from someone who I can relate to. Someone who's at a similar point on the same journey, someone who is 1 or 2 steps ahead, which is the idea behind this video. So hopefully you will find this useful. But self-control, this is usually how it goes. You find yourself hooked, everything around you zaps all your energy. And I'm talking about living a life of no self-control. Being consumed by everything around you and just doing whatever you want to. Consuming content, video games, porn, whatever that thing is that you know you shouldn't be doing, but you just can't bring yourself to stop doing it. But then you say, I'm done. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna break away from it. I'm gonna do 7, 14, 20, 30 days without it. And you do quite well, but then what happens? You get 4, 5, 6 days into it. And then you make the biggest mistake that I've made many times. You reward yourself with the same thing you're trying to break away from, which is a recipe for disaster. If you say you're going to eat healthy, you might reward yourself for being healthy for 5, 6, 7 days by eating junk food. Nothing wrong with that. But that one time turns into 2, which turns into 3. And next thing you know, you are just back where you started. These little decisions that may seem like they don't do any harm, your brain notices everything. And they destroy your self-image. Because when you say you're going to do one thing and you don't stick to it, you are losing a war with your own brain. Your brain is wired to chase dopamine and chase the easiest and the fastest way to dopamine. And in this world around us, there is so much. Phone, literally everyone has a phone. Content, consuming content, whether that's Netflix, YouTube, video games, porn. There is so much in this world all around you that's designed to give you this satisfaction, this sense of comfort, this happiness. But your biggest enemy is your own brain. Because when you're trying to break away from all of this, your brain is going to convince you. It is going to convince you. And that's the battle. Like I said, it's less about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to stop. It's more about proving to yourself. It's more about proving to your own brain that you are the type of person who sticks to what they say. If I say for 7 days, I am not going to smoke any weed, and I don't stick to it, if I get to day 5 and I'm like, you know what, I've done quite well for 5 days. The weed that I was going to smoke on day 8 or day 7, I'm just going to have it now. Small decision, right? Like even if you've had a super productive day, right? From 7 a.m. all the way up to when you go to bed. If you had a super productive day, if you just smoke weed at the end of the day, it's not going to do anything. If you just have a little chocolate at the end, it's not going to do anything. Or you think. These small decisions, they don't seem that big. They don't seem like they do any harm. But they communicate a message to your brain. They give more power to your brain to convince you. Because once you can control your own desires and be in control and have the skill of self-control, you can do anything. You can do anything. I remember a few weeks back, I was in London. I was walking around a technology conference, so you might see these pop-ups where, you know, loads of companies come, they're handing out loads of goodies, it's a good time. And I remember it was roughly around 11:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm walking around and like I said, they're always handing out goodies, you know. Sometimes it might be a water bottle. I feel so British saying that. Sometimes it's sweets, sometimes it's pens, a book, like a bunch of different things. Anyways, I walked past this one stand where they were handing out Haribos. Haribos are sweets, they're jelly. And this is where things really get put into perspective. So I walk past the stand, this lady offers me Haribos, and I say, I would love to, I really want to, but I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna be disciplined, but thank you. And she stopped me and she said, wow, like, you are very disciplined. You've just made my day. You have inspired me. Have a wonderful day and goodbye. And that's what happens. Once you're able to have some self-control, it's going to rub off on other people. You are not only going to change your own life, but you're going to help others around you. Because they're going to see you be disciplined. They're going to see you have some self-control, and it's going to help them. And it didn't only help her, because when I made the conscious decision to be, no, I want to, but I'm gonna say no, I walked away from that situation thinking, oh my God, I really am the person I think I am. Like, it's not just a perception, it's not just a self-image that I hold in my head. I am the person I say I am. I'm so proud of me. And that's where it starts. It compounds. Because once you're able to develop this skill, like I said, there is nothing in this life that you can't do. If you're watching this, I can guarantee you have goals. You have places you want to get to in life. Let's say your end destination, wherever that place is, wherever that life is, might be a materialistic aim, might be a certain amount of money, might be a job, whatever you want, you have an end destination. And how you're going to get that is on your ship. You're the captain of your ship. A ship that leaves the harbor without any direction. Do you think it's going to reach? Do you think it's really going to reach where it needs to reach? It won't. You're the captain. It is your ship. You are the only person on board. It's all up to you. Self-control is going to help you steer your ship into the direction it needs to go. Your brain, everything around you, distractions, everything is going to try to steer you into another direction. And that's exactly what I mean. Once you're able to learn that, when you have control over your own brain, you can guide yourself to your goals. And it's one of the hardest things to do. It is not easy. You're not just going to watch this video and boom. It's going to come over time. You're going to need to take some uncomfortable steps. You're going to need to do some exercises. And even then, you're going to keep failing. But you need to keep showing up. Keep coming again and again and again. Because you have goals and it is not okay to go 80, 90%. You want it really bad. And you're going to do whatever it takes. So, key tips for you to be successful with this. I am actually going to share my journal. This is so personal. I have never shared my journal with anyone, but I have nothing to hide. I started this channel to be authentic, to help you. I have nothing to hide. So, key tips if you actually want to be successful with building this self-control and avoid being hooked by your desires, and if you actually want to have control of your brain. Step 0, even before step 1, is recognizing what is making you lose self-control and how it's happening. And how you do that is simply by just writing down your thoughts. Whenever you find yourself in a situation where you're like, fuck, I am losing self-control, what is happening? Just write it down. Just write it down. Which is exactly what I did on the 5th of May 2024. I believe today is, what is today? 29th of May, so this was roughly, literally 2 weeks ago. I wrote down, my life is falling apart. Weed has made me think that I am not in control of my own actions. What may seem like small decisions that don't matter actually destroy your self-image. It makes me go down on one of these downward spirals where your life, including your self-image, crashes. I'm not going to bore you by reading the rest of it, but I pretty much wrote down as to what happens when I lose control to my life. What is making me cause it? Like I said, at the time I was taking a break from weed. And for doing quite well for 5-6 days, I rewarded myself with weed, which makes no sense, which obviously led me to be back in a place where I didn't have any self-control. So, step 0, write down your thoughts. What is making you lose self-control and why it's happening? Analyze the whole situation. And then step 1 after that is write out on a piece of paper exactly how you want yourself to act. If you find yourself keep going back to a certain habit, maybe let's say if you're trying to stick healthy, if you're trying to eat healthy, and you keep finding yourself going back to junk food, it can be as simple as taking a page and writing out why you want to eat healthy and what makes you relapse on those habits. Step 0, recognize what is making you do it. Write out on a piece of paper exactly how you want yourself to act. So it can be literally saying, I'm a healthy person, I don't eat junk food, and if you're having temptations right now, don't do it. It's not worth it. Because you've done it so many times before where you've been trying to eat healthy and then you eat junk food, and guess what happens? You regret it. It might bring you short-term pleasure, but in the long term, you're only going to hate yourself. You're going to wish that you didn't do it. And then step 3 is to read that piece of paper every single day, especially when you have urges to relapse. Then again, the example of eating healthy. If every time you're craving something sweet, something that you know you should not consume, you go read that and remind yourself why you're on the path you're on. I'm actually going to add a bonus step, which is step number 4, which is to visualize the type of person that you want to be. It's one of the most powerful things you can do in order to transform your self-image. It's so easy to view yourself as the person you are in your current situation. But that's not the person you want to be. That's not the person you are. That's just the person you are currently. The person you are right now, the situation you're in, your financial situation, how your body looks, your beliefs, literally everything to do with your life. It's just a result of your previous actions. So if you change your actions today, if you change the actions you do today, tomorrow, for the next week, for the next month, the person you will be from 1 month will be different. Change your actions today and change your life tomorrow. It's really as simple as that. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Like I said, if you take all the steps that I've laid out, you're still going to fail. You're still going to fail. But you need to keep showing up again and again and again. Everything around you is set up to make you fail. There are so many companies. There is, like I said, everything from junk food to porn. There's content. There's literally every single thing around you is designed to take your attention, take control of your attention. And that's what you're up against. Because once you get power over your own thoughts, life is great. Life is great. I'm currently on I guess you can call it monk mode / dopamine detox, where I'm going a little bit extreme. So no weed, no YouTube, as in no consuming YouTube, no music. That one's probably been the biggest one. Like, I listen to music all the time. No socials, and recording these videos every single day. And I'll be honest, it's been 3 days since I've been doing that. Every single day I wake up, I don't want to get on the camera. I am tired. I'm not in the mood. I just don't want to do it. But it's building that discipline. I don't want to do it. My brain's telling me a million reasons, a million different things I can be doing instead with my time. But no. I said to myself 4 or 5 days ago, when I set the rules for what I was going to do in this monk mode, and I said I'm going to be recording every day. So it doesn't matter how I feel, doesn't matter what's happening, doesn't matter how much time I have in the day, I will make it happen. And every single time that I do, I'm proving to my brain that you're not in control. I am. And what this does to your self-image, it's crazy. Hopefully you found this video useful. I appreciate you for watching. Like I said, it's not going to be easy, but keep going. The movement is on the rise. If you found this video useful, then you might find this video useful. I never know which direction it's actually going to pop in. Wait, hold on, let me think. I think it's here, or here. It's a video about a mindset that has absolutely changed my life. A mindset that doesn't recognize failure. A mindset that if you're able to develop over time, recognizing failure becomes quite hard. And that's one of the biggest superpowers. I'm not talking about being delusional, but realizing that even when you do fail subjectively on the surface, there's always some success that you can find within those failures. So go watch that video. I appreciate you for watching. The movement is on the rise. Peace.